You know how a lot of manifestation gurus are talking about how your thoughts create your reality. And there are also some that say it's not your thoughts that are creating your reality, it's your emotions that are creating your reality, or how you feel deeply, what your deep-seated beliefs are. But the truth is that your thoughts are creating your reality, even when you're not trying to deliberately create your reality. In effect, you are always manifesting because your thoughts are always creating your reality, whether you're trying to create your reality or not. And this is why manifestations sometimes feel like they don't always go your way. Like if you feel like, oh, my manifestation isn't really coming to fruition or coming into reality, it's because even when you're not trying to deliberately manifest your thoughts, they are manifesting. The law of the universe that makes that so is called the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. So this is basically saying that, energy never dies. It's constantly moving. It's constantly in flux. And how that relates to manifestation is what you manifest is constantly in flux according to your thoughts. So whatever you're thinking at any given time, that is what perpetuates or manifests onto the plane of reality. And I'm going to tell you how you can use this law of the universe to manifest what it is that you really, really, truly want. So, like I said, energy is constantly in flux according to what you're thinking, what your emotions are, what your true beliefs are at any given moment in time. So even right now, even when you think you're not deliberately manifesting and you're wondering why your reality looks the way that it does, it's according to what you're thinking constantly and also what you're focusing on. So whatever you're focusing on is what manifests onto the plane of reality, which is why actually I was just looking at some Bob Proctor videos. He's very famous for teaching different laws of attraction and the philosophy of the book what's it called? Think and Be Rich, or Think and Be Rich. So basically, some of what his teachings are, Bob Proctor, is he teaches that you should focus, and harnessing your focus. The discipline of how you focus your thoughts is how you deliberately manifest. Because if you just let your thoughts go willy-nilly, wherever they want to go, then those willy-nilly thoughts, those errant thoughts, those undisciplined thoughts will manifest on the plane of reality. And if you have been indoctrinated, which you have, we've all been indoctrinated throughout our lives, from the time we're born until wherever you are right now. You've been indoctrinated to think a certain way by your parents, teachers, I've said this before, society, and especially nowadays, social media will indoctrinate you to think a certain way about yourself, whether it's that you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not rich enough, you don't have enough. Social media and people through social media put out a version of reality that's probably not in line with what you truly want to believe about yourself. So if you want to believe that you are wealthy, that you are abundant, that you are attractive, then you need to focus your mind toward thinking that you already have and are those things. And what's great about this law of the universe, the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, is that you can change your energy at any time. You can change your thoughts, and through your thoughts, your energy to believe and therefore to see that you are abundant, you are beautiful, you are wealthy, you are smart, that you have a certain job, that you lead a certain lifestyle. So you can change that at any time just by changing your outlook on things, your perception of things. And so if you're spending a lot of time looking at social media and thinking that these people are living better lives than you and they're better people than you, all you have to do is turn your attention, your focus away from that in order to believe whatever it is that you want to believe. And what that means is also that it might be good to look inward. This is the part where you get kind of delusional. And by getting delusional, I mean like you're believing it before you see it. Because that is how manifestation works. You have to believe it before you see it. And this is why a lot of gurus say that your emotions, your deep beliefs are what manifest into reality. Because those deep beliefs are setting your reality before you even know that that's what you're thinking, because that's what you feel deep down. So if deep down you feel like I'm not wealthy enough, or I'm not beautiful enough, or I'm not smart enough, then if those are your deep-seated beliefs, that's actually what will manifest onto the 3D reality. So if you can change your perception of that, which means having a deliberate focus on what it is that you want to manifest, it means, and this is why Bob Proctor says, you've got to think about that focus 24/7. This is why some gurus talk about affirmations, robotic affirmations. It's something you have to tell yourself enough to where you kind of brainwash yourself into believing that you already have these attributes. You are already abundant. You are already smart. You are already beautiful. You are already happy. You are already fulfilled. You have already figured out what your dream life is, and you are already living it. You have to believe it. And that's where the delusional part comes, because you have to believe it before you see it. What you're going to be seeing now is what you already manifested. But that's old news, old energy. So you can start today shifting your energy to what you want it to be, to reflect what you want to see on the plane of 3D reality. So the reason why vision boards and affirmations and visualization work is because it is shaping the energy around you in your universe, your YOU universe. It's not necessarily that you need to force change. It's that you just influence it. And you can do that quite easily. Like, for instance, when you walk into a room and you can feel the energy of the place, and the energy of the room is created by the people in the room. And it could be just a vibe. Like, have you ever met someone where you're around them and they just change your vibe? Like those people who are maybe super positive but in a real way. And for some reason, they just feel like everything they say, do, it just makes your vibe feel positive, like you feel hopeful. And the same thing goes for what I call energy vampires, people who, when you're in their presence, you can just be in their presence for like a few minutes, and all of a sudden you feel drained, you feel kind of depressed, you feel just bad. You just feel like they have a toxic energy. This is how energy works. And this is how just knowing that that is out there means that you can understand how your own energy affects your reality and the mood in the room. When I used to go out, when I was younger, and I used to go out clubbing, music is another way that you can alter the energy of a room. And the music at this one place, the DJ, the specific music that they played, it just was like my jam. And this is how, this is another way you can tell how energy shifts the way you feel and your outlook and everything. And consequently, how people treat you and how they see you. And I just remember the music, when you listen to music that is just your jam, it makes you feel so good inside. It makes you feel a certain way about yourself. Maybe you feel like extra sexy, or you just feel in your element. And that's how the music would affect me, and especially at this one club. But music in general, like when you get your song, sometimes I just come across a song where I'm like, oh my God, this is my jam. Like, it just makes me feel amazing. But being in a club and feeling that, and I would just be dancing to it and letting it just color everything about my emotions. It just felt amazing. Nothing would touch me. I didn't think about anything else. I wasn't thinking about how much money was in my bank or how I looked to other people. I just was concentrated on how that music made me feel. And it made me feel so amazing. And people would respond to that. I would just get like random people just attracted to me. And sometimes it was a little scary. I'd be like, why are these people coming up to me? Or, why are they in my space or looking at me, staring at me, whatever. This is the power of energy and how energy can shift you and your reality. Because 99% of the time I didn't think much of myself in that way. I didn't think that I attracted much attention. But once that music came on and I was in the club and feeling the vibe of that music and letting it take over how I felt about myself, which had nothing to do with anybody else or anything else but just me. Boy, I mean, it was just amazing. This is how energy can affect you and how you can use energy to change how you feel inside to what it is that you desire to see reflected in your reality. Meaning, feeling the freedom of wealth, of financial wealth, and feeling your inner beauty outside, just feeling that you were feeling that attractiveness, that people just want to get to know you. Who is that person? You just feel so bright inside and so good. Not caring, what's going on with other people or other things, just really feeling the goodness of your soul. That is how you can use this law of the universe to change your outer reality. So the bottom line is, you can harness this energy to focus it on what it is that you want to see in your reality. If you want to see, people attracted to you, then you can envision that. Envision people coming up to you, wanting to be around you, and imagining what that would feel like. It would feel like inner confidence. It would feel like you are a magnet, that people just want to know what you think. They want to hear your opinions. They want to just be in your presence. You're feeling magnetic, right? And that goes for money. You want to feel that money is attracted to you. There's so many things that you can do with money, that you want to do with money, and that you are doing with money. And you can feel that attractiveness, that cycle where you're receiving money, you're attracting money, and then spending money, and maybe hiring people and making their lives better, or maybe giving to charity, or, maybe making your life more comfortable, but spending that money just as much as you received, then you're spending it and circulating it out there into the universe, creating a wonderful environment for yourself and others. And the same thing goes with like career. You're attracting this career, this job where you are creating a solution or helping people in some way, or where they really need that skill that you have, and you are the best at it. You know this skill in and out. You are a master of this skill. And so you love it. It's fulfilling to you, but it's also fulfilling to other people. It helps other people. And you are the best at it. And you know it, but not in an arrogant way, just in a factual way. I'm really good at this, and I can offer this to help other people. And once you understand that you can harness this energy, that you are harnessing this energy, you are using the energy, then you decide, am I going to use it specifically and deliberately? Or am I just going to live by default and just stay in old energy that doesn't really get you anywhere? And you can choose it today at any moment. I suggest that you decide to use this energy deliberately by focusing every day, all day, whenever you're in your head and in your thoughts. Change that energy into what you want to see reflected on the plane of your 3D reality. So use it positively, and use it deliberately.